Now we have more options that we can use when deleting items from a list. So rather than just specifying single elements to remove from a list, we can also delete one or more items from a list. Now this is done by using the del statement, so del, which is a reserved keyword in Python, and we therefore can't use it for anything else other than its intended purpose. We can even use the del statement to delete the list in its entirety. So let's see this in action. So we'll start with our familiar shopping_list object, which we know contains 10 items. If we want to delete element 2 from this list, in other words, the value at index 1, so milk, we first of all need to access it, which we know is done by passing in an index value into square brackets. So we can type shopping_list, and then inside square brackets, we can put the index 1. So nothing new here. Once we are happy with our selection of the item that we want to delete, we can then precede this statement with the del keyword. And when we run the code, our item is deleted and no longer appears in the list. We can also do the same with multiple list elements by using the slicing syntax. Once we are happy with the values that we have selected in our slicing operation, we can precede it with the del keyword, and this will delete those elements. So let's say we wanted to delete index 2 to 4. We could slice by passing 2:5, and this selects crisps, lettuce, and chicken. When we are happy with the selection, we can proceed with the del keyword. When we run this code and check the shopping list, we have deleted the items accordingly. Now finally, if we wanted to delete the list in its entirety, how do you think this will be done? Well, seeing as the entire list is represented and stored in our variable called shopping_list, we can simply put del and then shopping_list, and the variable is essentially deleted, which was once a list object. Now, if we try accessing shopping_list after we've deleted the object, we can see we run into a name error, stating that the name shopping_list that we are trying to access is not defined. Which makes sense, we've deleted it and no longer have a reference to shopping_list. Now if we wanted to keep the shopping_list object, but just wanted to delete all of the items within it, we can empty the whole list. And to do this, we use the clear method. This will clear all the elements from the list, but it will not delete the list object itself. So if we were to try and access shopping_list later down the line, it will still be accessible, but it will have nothing stored inside. Now one final way I want to show you with respect to deleting items is by using list slicing to access specific elements and then simply assigning it an empty list. So let's suppose we wanted to slice from element 2, i.e. index 1, up to but not including index 4. So milk, bread, and crisps. If we assign this an empty list, milk, bread, and crisps have been deleted from our shopping_list by simply being replaced with an empty list. So remember, the del statement can target a specific index or a slice of indices. Once you are comfortable with your selection, just simply precede the code with a del keyword. You can also delete the whole variable, but this will mean it is not defined and therefore not accessible by other parts of your code. You can use the clear method to empty the contents of the list, which removes the elements but does not delete the list object. In other words, you will be left with an empty list, but the list object will still be accessible. And finally, you can assign an empty list to an index value or a slice operation in order to remove the respective elements. Practice each method to ensure you're comfortable deleting elements from a list.